Look at the various mods for the Age of Fear series. In particular, I have about 4 or 5 campaign mods that I'm looking at, or I'm going to look at, and this is number 1. So we're in Age of Fear the Undead King Gold, and we're going to start a new campaign, and it is called the Beholder. So what is the Beholder? Beholders are powerful paranoid creatures of tyrannical personalities, enslave the lesser races, and can't carve out a lair of your dreams. Can't equip items, but it's overpowered, collect thralls, and beholderkin. So this is a sandbox campaign. It's just a typical sandbox, except it adds the beholders and a bunch of units for the beholders to recruit. We're going to play on Deathseeker. AI player will have unfair advantages and use all tricks and tactics. Player's unit will receive permanent wounds, decreasing their abilities. Deathseeker difficulty can be selected only upon the start of a new campaign. Once lowered during the campaign, Deathseeker difficulty will not be available. Saving games during battles is disabled, and playing on this difficulty might result in frustration. It's okay. So let's look. The Underdark is full of dangers, and you're at the top of the food chain, but you didn't always start there. A tale of beholders is that of blood and fear. Will you be doomed to wander the pits of the Underdark or emerge as its king? No, this is just a placeholder. This has no story mode. Please enjoy. So we can choose between Beholder and Free mode. Have fun. A high-level opponent. Few things stand a chance against you. Let's go ahead. Beholder. So it says overpowered, but on Deathseeker and against certain clans or certain factions, we're definitely not going to be overpowered. So temporary lair for the future king of the Underdark. So this has not been really expanded upon, but if we click shall your heroes enter, yes, we get the recruitment screen, and we have a beholder. His name is Gobble. So at the beholder, the path of a beholder is a lonely one with nigh ultimate power, but few allies to trust. It's a life of paranoia. He is a hero, but he can't equip items. He has 7 hit points, 5 attack, 3 defense, 8 speed. Team morale is neutral. He has Death Ray medium range, 1 magic damage ranged. He has Dispel Magic. Target loses 3 to 6 MP, dispels all magical enhancements from target, affects both allies and enemies, cannot be resisted. Potions effects cannot be dispelled. And the amount of MP lost goes up at regular, veteran, and elite. He's got Enslaved, takes control of enemy, 10% failure rate, it's unblockable. Can be used after unit moves and is near an enemy, and only units with 1 HP are affected. And of course, Enslaved and Tamed. Newly captured unit will have skills converted to experience points after the battle, and unit will be carried over into future scenarios, which is nice. He has Hypnotized, take control of enemy for 2 turns. Earned experience points are transferred to the Hypnotizer. 3 turns cooldown, 10% failure rate. Mass Slow. Target is slowed, minus 50% speed for 2 turns. Targets up to 3 nearby enemies in a chain. 2 turns cooldown, 10% failure rate. Elementals are unaffected, and the amount of enemies goes up at different levels. He has Poison Cloud, which is a blast, 3 MP, long range. Target is poisoned, 1 poison damage per turn for 1d3 turns. Affects both allies and enemies. Blast can be triggered on the ground. 3 turns cooldown, 10% failure rate. He has Stone Skin. Target gains Stone Skin plus 2 defense for 2 turns. 2 turns cooldown. Constructs and elementals are unaffected, and the amount of turns goes up at the different levels. He has Teleportation, which is interesting. Touching range. Teleports an ally to any location on the battlefield. 3 turns cooldown, can be used after unit moves. Teleport will be unable to perform any further actions this turn. He's a beast, so he's immune to fear, bribed, cannot use potions. Unaffected by racial animosity morale penalties. He has Despair Attack. 3 to 5 morale loss on hit, divided by a number of attacks per turn. 3 to 5x morale loss on hit. He's floating, so he can move over allies, cannot be entangled. Floating units don't trigger traps, and units immune to the effects of the swamp. And his attack is Paralyzing Attack. Range. Target is paralyzed, minus 3 defense, no actions for 2 turns on hit. Affects only ranged attacks, and paralyzed can be dispelled. And he has Stealth. Melee attacks won't wake up other sleeping enemies. Moving this unit will wake up only nearby enemies, +2 attack in darkness, immune to darkness. Enemy is awakened but will not raise an alarm till the end of the turn. So as you can see, he's quite powerful at level 1. We can upgrade him to regular, which will give him 1 attack, 1 defense, 1 base MP, 1 base morale. We'll get into this as we get some XP. We'll look at that more. Can't use items, but these are some of the units that he can recruit. So let's start with Beholder Cultist. Sometimes a Beholder's megalomania and ego outweighs the innate paranoia and xenophobia. Thus, it either encourages or seeks out human worshippers. So this is a human worshipper with 2 HP, 2 attack, 2 defense, not much going on, 9 speed. With magic resistance, 30% chance to resist negative spells, +2 defense versus magic, damage from all spells reduced by 1 but never zeroed. Then we have a Beholder Fanatic. Despite countless horrors and cruel whims inflicted by its master, a cultist will emerge above the rest. Minor magical ability and a cunning to lead his brothers in war. 2 HP, 5 attack, and 2 defense with 9 speed. Has a Firebolt attack, fire attack 5 +1 attack per level. 1dx fire damage, which goes up as he levels up, and magic resistance. We've got a Spectator for 500 gold. Born of mad dreams, the Spectator is one of few agreeable abominations of the Beholder race. Wizards oft-summon them as long-lasting guardians. He's got 3 HP, 8 MP, 2 attack, 1 defense, 6 speed. He has the Death Ray like the Beholder. He's also a beast. He has the Despair attack, floating, magic resistance, and a paralyzing attack for ranged, and also stealth. So a very useful unit. We have a Gazer. Tiny killers barely reaching a goblin's knees, the Gazers oft serve as pets and watchdogs for their Beholder masters. 2 HP, 3 attack, 2 defense, 8 speed, 6 MP. He has Curse. Target gains Curse -3x attack for 2 turns, and that number goes up at regular, veteran, or elite. 2 turns cooldown and 10% failure rate. Also has Ice Shard, cold attack 5 +1 attack per level, 1 cold damage. Target is frozen, -1 attack, defense, -30% speed for 1 to 3 turns. Elementals aren't affected. Also has teleportation, is a beast, despair attack, floating, and stealth. Then the Goth. Deceitful predators of the Beholder race, Goths actively seek out magic to consume, else they are forced to return to their native planes. Beware its death throes. So this thing has 3 HP, 6 MP, 3 attack, 1 defense, 8 speed. They detonate, which is unblockable blast, short range. Fire attack 8, 2d2x fire damage, which goes up at regular, veteran, and elite. Unit will detonate if it is killed by a fire attack or spell as well. So this kills itself, affects both allies and enemies, and the blast is centered on self and can be used after the unit is moved near an enemy. So a very powerful skill. They have Dispel Magic. They also have Firebolt, Poison Cloud, Beast, Floating, Paralyzing Attack, Stealth, and Stunning Attack. Target is stunned, -3 attack, 50% speed till the next turn, 60% chance. Units with 5 HP and more cannot be stunned. Constructs and elementals are unaffected. Then we have a Death Kiss. Born of a hemo-induced nightmares, the Death Kiss are vampiric beholders feasting on all life its tentacles can catch. 6 HP, 4 MP, 5 attack, 3 defense, 8 speed, so a more hardy unit is the Death Kiss. Tentacle Whip, which is unblockable, multi-target, close range, targets up to 3 enemies, 1 damage, ranged. Does not prevent to equip weapon, shield, or status. Okay, Beast, Floating, Life Drain attack, transfer 1 HP to self. And if your HP exceeds base HP, you get Vitalized, +1 attack, +1 base HP for 3 turns. Affects only melee attacks. Undead constructs and elementals aren't affected. Lightning resistance, +2 defense versus lightning. Lightning damage reduced by 1 but never zeroed. Multi-attack, unit simultaneously attacks all surrounding enemies. Affects only melee. And stealth. And finally, we'll look at these characters when we have enough money, but we'll look at Hive Spawn. Born out of a Beholder Hive, Beholder Hive's cracking mind. The spawn is nigh identical to its master's personalities, but simply a smaller, inferior version. 3 HP, 6 MP, 2 attack, 1 defense, 8 speed. Dispel Magic, Hypnotized Beast, Floating, Paralyzing Attack, and Stealth. So we want to build with 1000 GP, We have a team size of 15. So I was interested in the Goth, or was it the Death Kiss? Yes, the Death Kiss. Because it has 6 HP, and with all these ranged attacks, you can imagine against like undead skeletons and stuff, we may have a problem not having enough melee. So let's go ahead and recruit a Death Kiss. Some of your units can be renamed. Death Kiss is named Zoda. And let's recruit our Goths are 500, okay. And let's recruit two Beholder Cultists as kind of meat shields that we can throw at the enemy. So I'm going to save the game here as Behold 1A. And let's go get into a battle and see how these units handle. Note, a bright comet carved a brilliant blue trail across the sky last night. Could it be a good omen or a portent of danger? Let's do something easy to start. Winter Clash. And see what we're up against. I'm not going to go through all the tutorials. I expect you guys know how to play. Oh, this is going to be tough. Skeleton Archer. Skeleton. Skeleton Warrior. Skeleton Archer. Skeleton. So 2 archers, a warrior, and 2 skeletons. I say this is going to be tough because we don't have great melee, and these units only have 2 HP and can die, but we want this Zoda to come into play. So let's end the turn. Shoot arrow. Oh, you guys are melee.
I just playing some dice. Orders, my liege.
You can tentacle whip. Ranged. I'm going to keep him close to the Beholder. And I'll show you why once I get there. Alright, Skeleton Warrior. Oh, it's freezing cold. All fire attacks and spells are weakened -3 attack. Fire damage reduced by 1 but never zeroed. The extreme cold makes fire-based attacks less effective. Skeleton. Skeleton Archer. Skeleton. Where was the Archer? Right here. Okay, it can't affect us yet. Neither can that one. So I'm just going to end the turn and let them come up one more. Okay, the archers are in range and they're spread out.
Understood. They'll be dead before they hit the ground.
Alright, how do we teleport? Right in between the 2 archers. And let's... Okay, he can't act this turn. And everybody's acted. Zoda's been blocked by an enemy. Okay. Go attack
he's
them.
a dead one for sure. You better start running, mate.
And Tentacle Whip only has a 10% chance of landing, so let's just go into melee and attack that way. And my Beholder will come down here. So far, so good. We didn't lose anybody. Oh, we'll look at their skill list when we have enough skill XP to level up.
All I need is an ale and a box of start running, mate.
Got him. So as you can see, the battles can be a little bit tricky with this crew. 200 GP. No, a swirling swarm of screeching harpies were circling the skies above your camp all night. If only there was a way to put those noisy critters to rest. Let's go ahead and save. I save often with this crew. And let's do a forest fray. Let's see what we're up against. So I take it you guys have some experience with the game. We're up against an elder fungicide who shoots arrows medium range, a swamp ivy who has acid spit short range, and a swamp ivy with acid spit. So the mutated swamp ivy is just a little bit stronger. Let's get our melee units up front, our beholder, and now that we have enemies that ranged attacks affect, this is going to prove to be an easier battle.
Me blade's getting dull, sire. I think me bedroll has fleas.
Alright, so that looks like a good place for a tentacle whip. So let's go ahead and teleport Zoda right there. Oh, I can't use it this turn. What am I thinking? Alright, let's go jam up here.
Orders, my liege. Understood.
Let's go jam
All
up
I
here.
need is an ale and a bucking tavern for sure.
And they can't move too well, so... Alright, the Fungisoid's getting out of there. Zoda's going to use Tentacle Whip. We're going to go jam up the
They'll be
Fungisoid.
dead before they hit the ground.
We're going to kill the Swamp
I'll use a
Ivy.
dead one for sure.
And our Beholder can do a Death Ray. And paralyze. So against units who are fleshy, we can certainly do some good damage.
You better start running, mate.
Okay, that Fungisoid has been resigned to its
They'll
fate.
use a dead one for sure.
Much easier battle, 200 GP. Lava Fields fight normal. I don't feel comfortable doing a normal on Death Seeker just yet. Let's do a swamp fight on easy. We're floating, so we don't get the minus 30% speed from the swamp, which is good. Oof. We're up against Skeleton Archer, Fleshy Zombie, Skeleton Archer. Oh, 3 Skeleton Archers. This is where it gets dangerous. At least for our melee units. So let's go ahead and move
I
forward.
think me bedroll has fleas. Orders, my liege.
Okay, I could throw my Gouth or Death Kiss right into there and jam up all 3 of these archers, but it's too early for
Me
that.
blade's getting dull, sire. I just playing some dice.
So you do have to get a little bit more clever, because 2 attacks and your frontliners are dead. They can't attack yet, they can't attack yet. Oh, they're affected by the speed. Malice. Alright, let them come. Are we up against 3 archers? Yeah. Okay, now looks like a good time to teleport Zoda. Right there. Come here and get that skeleton.
I think my bedroll has fleas.
And we have no way to heal. %.
Me blade's getting dull, sire. Understood. Oh, he's a dead one for sure.
Oh, undead are immune to hypnotize, of course. Alright, let's see if we lose anybody. Okay, maybe Zoda's not the one to... Okay, there's a melee attack that I'm looking for. That other attack was ranged.
Oh, I just playing some guys start running, mate. Right between the ribs.
Okay, we're good now. Zoda's been taking a beating. It's only right he gets the kill. So this is the Beholder mod. Very cool battle so far. The sunset today was a stunningly beautiful sight. Your heroes stared in absolute awe at nature's splendor while the sun descended behind the mountains. So some stuff opened up. Let's head back to base. And let's see what we've got. 740 GP to recruit with. Let's see if we have XP. 222. Can't make regular yet. Zoda has 452, so we can make regular. He's also got healthy, 1 base HP, raw mate diet, +1 attack, 1 base HP, and cleave, which is very nice. So let's make regular. And let's get healthy, +1 base HP, which takes him to 7. Purple heart for this unit. Upholder Beholder Fanatic upgrade. Let's make regular and get enhanced armor, an enhanced weapon, which is +1 armor, +1 attack. And this Fanatic, make regular, enhanced armor, enhanced weapon. So far so good. Are there any items? Yes. Let's buy 4 healing brews and equip 1. And let's buy Brute's Brew. Buy a Brute's Brew and equip a healing brew. Can Zoda use anything? No. Alright. So I'm going to probably save here. And for episode 1, just showing you the basics of what to expect. More units will open up. There's quite a few more units. There's illithids and that sort of type of unit that will open up as we level up from the Underdark Lair. And we can start getting into normal battles as well, but it's going to be a little bit tricky early on with this crew because it's mostly a ranged crew. And if you're fighting undead and skeletons and stuff on a normal battle, it could get really dicey because I've played a bit off camera. Let's head to the tavern. No recruitment. Not much going on. And our beholder can't equip anything. Unfortunately. Alright, so I want to thank you for joining me. hope you like this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you got to see a little bit of what the Beholder clan is about, the Beholder faction. I'm going to do 3 to 5 videos on this faction, so if you want to see more advanced stuff and more advanced battles, like normal battles on Deathseeker, then stay tuned, because we're going to get into that in the next episodes. But I'm going to do for Season 1 here of Mod Magic, I'm going to do 3 to 5 videos for the Beholder mod. And it's possible I can return to this mod later and do 5 to 10 videos and continue it. So it just kind of depends on how I feel and what I want to do. But I want to thank you. You can download this mod on the Steam Workshop under Age of Fear Undead King Gold. Make sure it's the gold version. And you can try this mod out yourself. It's very cool. Shout out to the mod maker. You can find him on Steam as well. So thank you for watching. Much love, peace, joy, and light to you guys. And I will see you in the next episode of Mod Magic. So long, everybody.